It is time to talk about Peter Criss, because about 6 months ago, you and I did a video about. You actually wanted to do the video because it was this whole thing: does the Catman get his due?
Well, we did the Catman Get His Due video even prior to that, which you can check out. The other one is that Peter Criss, out of nowhere, announced he's having a new album come out. And 6 months ago, we covered the expectations of what we expected.
Yeah, my expectations were really.
Yeah, you got to check it out. I thought that was one of our more comical things because let's just say I love Peter Criss. I love his voice.
I think he's got a great voice.
And we cover that
awesome.
in depth. I mean, Black Diamond, Strange Ways. If it's anything like that, this new album, I'm all aboard. I'm all aboard for it and totally ready to rock with that. The fact of the matter is that Peter Criss has come out with not only this solo album from the Kiss days, but he's come out with 2, if not 3 since. And I did give a listen to them back then. And now since because here recently, end of October, he just released Creepy Crawlers off his new album that we've been anxiously waiting for. Right? And I mean, the thing is we don't know what to expect. He's got the star-studded lineup with Billy Sheehan, John Five, Paul Shaffer. I think he had like some organ thing that you were like all about.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, I listened to the thing, and it sounds cool. I mean,
yes.
it has that organ at the beginning that kind of has that. To me, it's a little bit of that reminiscent of the '70s kind of Deep Purple kind of thing coming in there, a little John Lord feel, and then it has really modern production.
Yeah,
the guitars, the drums, and that was the thing, man. It's like hard rock, and his voice sounds great.
Matches great. This is what we're
great.
saying about. If this Creepy Crawlers is any sort of indicator of what to expect when his full album comes out, however many tracks that's going to be, I'm excited.
Yeah, because it's 60 seconds long. It's very short.
Well, there's places you can check it out on, like Apple. He has on the Peter Criss website the sampler, 60-second version with like some sort of like creepy old cat-looking images.
Yep.
It's kind of cool. Again, I love the idea that he's buying into the whole Catman persona, because since this has all come out, you guys have probably been out there checking out stuff. There's been a lot of Peter Criss material coming out and old interviews and stuff. Let me tell you, he does not like the fact that Eric Singer is wearing his Catman outfit. So that was a fight ready to break out in the parking lot. Like, I'm surprised when that happened, like Peter wasn't out there. And
didn't he say something at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where he says, "I'll always be the Catman" or something like that?
Dude, he's got a chip on his shoulder.
He definitely does.
Right? I mean, and I love it. So I'm hoping that Angst is coming out on a solo album. I mean, even the graphics and everything, it looks cool. It's just Peter Criss. You can pre-order it now. You can check it all out. But we wanted to kind of say it here that I have hope right now. I have hope. Peter, you've given us hope that the Catman is coming out swinging and rocking. That's all I wanted to say.
If he can put out something, if anybody can put out something in their 70s that's actually decent, it is kind of a shock, to be honest. Because
I would agree.
It's always like,
this is kind of a Hail Mary. And he's not 70. He's probably pushing 80.
Yeah, he's
the oldest of the bunch.
One in the band.
Right?
Yeah.
And I in one of the interviews that I seen, he's like, I'm the oldest and I'm the scrappiest, and I'm like, I'm ready to throw down. I'm like the roughest. I'm like, okay. But in standing next to Gene, he's also the shortest. So I'll call Peter Criss.
Can't play drums in the platform boots either.
I guess.
So.
Yeah. I mean, call him Scrappy or whatever. But Peter, you've given us hope. I'm excited about it. If you want to see our whole like in-depth expectation, Robert John, he'll do the master.
Yeah, we'll put it down in the comments.
We'll put the link on there so you don't have to kind of scroll through all our videos and check it out. But we have not just one, but 2 cool, I think, Peter Criss, because we covered this album and we had people, I think, checking out or vote in like their top 3 Peter Criss songs, right?
Yeah, that was a while ago, man.
Yeah, that's been a while ago, because that was the one where we were kind of like, dude, Peter Criss gets lost in the shuffle. And I do agree with that, you know? So, and I think, you know, with the recent passing of Ace and all that, people are really looking at the original lineup a lot more. And yeah, I have kind of my opinions on all of that and the makeup and that. And we'll cover that.
Yeah, man, we put a video out on the solo album that's about just a couple weeks ago that has like 160,000 views on it.
You did great. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a lot of people paying attention to this.
And Peter's got, dude, kicked in the cat cojones. It was not very good, man. And he got just raked over the coals because it was just such a departure from what this album was such a departure. And so he got just not a lot of love, which that's why we're all, as Peter Criss fans, you know, because you start thinking about all the songs. I always bring up Black Diamond in Strange Ways, but I mean, he's got a lot of songs out there that he sings on. More Hooligan off Love Gun, right? That's a great song, and a lot more. If it's in that vein,
Hard Luck Woman.
It's
a great tune.
Which, you know, Kiss just did a cover with Paul singing at the Las Vegas Landlocked.
A couple weeks ago, I'm at Home Depot, which of course is just a couple of blocks from here.
Right.
Okay. And I'm getting some, I think I was getting some keys made is what it was. And I walk up to the front register after I get the keys and I'm about to pay, and guess what comes on over the speakers?
Hard Luck Woman.
Dude, in Home Depot at like noon on a Thursday or something.
Because that's a great song.
So it is, but I just didn't expect it. So then I go up there and
who sings that?
What's that?
Who sings Hard Luck Woman?
The Catman.
Peter Criss, man.
So I walk up to the register and I don't know, whenever I go to Home Depot, I don't know why, but there's always somebody wanting to help you check out.
Sure.
Here, can I do your things for you? Whatever. So this young girl comes over. She can't be 19.
Right.
And she wants to help with the keys. And I stop and I go, by the way, do you know who this is? Because you can hear it. You can hear the song. She goes, what? And I said, this song, do you know who this is? And she goes, no. And I said, it's Kiss. And she goes, Kids? And I go, no, Kiss, like the band Kiss. Have you ever? She goes like, I don't know what. So she yells at her friend that's also working there, and she goes, do you know? Have you heard of Kiss? And she walks over and she goes, Kiss? And I said, a band Kiss. And she goes, yeah, I've heard of Kiss. I go, do you know any of their music? And she goes, no. And I go, this right here,
right, Hard Luck Woman.
This is Kiss, although it's not normally what you think of as Kiss, but it was so funny because I was actually talking to Shelley about this a few weeks ago. How we forget just how massive these bands were, and just a generation and a half later, they don't even know what you're talking about. Like gone, like totally lost.
The inverse is true too, because if these two gals were, hey, what have you listened to lately? We'd be like,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea what you're talking about. Now, you know, I've got a young daughter that I kind of feel like I'm semi-tapped in with some of the artists. But even then, like, there's some new stuff that's coming. I mean, I know some of the mainstream people, you know, Sabrina Carpenter, Charlie XCX, some people like that, which I do like both of them, and others. But the reality is, I'm not listening. You know, there's my daughter's updated her playlist, and I'm freaking more lost than ever, you know? So I'm asking the question, who's this? This person sounds like this, you know? Because I'm engaged. I want to know, because some of it sounds awesome, and some of it, not so much. But I mean, it's just like anything else, right? It's like, you know, when we were buying albums, we didn't have the preview. We had to buy the whole album and listen. Oh, man. You know, like David Lee Roth says, why should I put out an album with a bunch of filler tracks? I'll just put out 5 good ones. That's it. That's my EP. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of good stuff like that. But today, we just want to kind of mention, we're excited about Peter Criss. We've been given
the chance.
The sampler.
There's a chance.
The one song.
There's a chance that it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. So check out our stuff and our expectations, and that's all I had to say kind of on this subject. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, follow the channel, like the video, share this with all your friends, and with that, we also want to thank Digitech for their ongoing support of the channel. We actually have a cool new pedal here in the background.
Yeah, they just sent that to us.
We just got that today.
Yep.
Threw that up, and so anyway, we'll be seeing more of that stuff. And with that, have yourself a fantastic day.